So the Authority finally had the balls to do something tonight that I've been saying they should have done for weeks now. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. Bryan was officially stripped of his title tonight. And while it may seem that I have some kind of sick pleasure in giving you this news, I don't, okay? It's going to sound like a heel promo. No. They should have done it weeks ago. You know, whether it sounded like he was going to be healthy enough to come back from this quickly or not. It's not fair to the fans, and it's not fair to the rest of the roster who are dying for that chance. Just a chance to get it. Even if they don't get it, you know, just a chance to get it. Yeah. And of course they had to throw in the whole you're not going to get an A+ recovery from a B+ player. It's, alright, that's getting a little old, but it's funny. So yeah, so it's official. He's not champ anymore. If you go to the roster page, it says there's a blank silhouette, says vacant. Vacant is champion right now. And this video isn't going to be all about Raw. It's going to be strictly about what's going on with the progress of the Money in the Bank match itself at the next pay-per-view in 3 weeks. Money in the Bank. So we have no champ. Last week's match that had Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio for a qualifying match to be in the Money in the Bank match now is turned into a qualifying match to be for the championship, which is a first, and that makes it pretty interesting. So little did they know what they were going for now changed. So Alberto Del Rio was the first person as of this last SmackDown, to be in this Money in the Bank match. This week we learned 3 more superstars that are going to be in there. We had Sheamus versus Bad News Barrett, Cesaro versus RVD, and I'll get to those in a second. But first of all, when they made the announcement, when the Authority came out, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H came out and talking about stripping Bryan of the championship, they just automatically threw Randy Orton right in the mix. He doesn't have to qualify. He's just given a chance right off the bat. And he was on vacation. You know, so he's sitting poolside, wherever he is, watching Raw, finding out that he's in the Money in the Bank match. Just giving it. That sounds fishy as hell in my book. And then later on throughout the night, we had 2 more matches. Like I said, Sheamus. The first one was Sheamus versus Bad News Barrett. So they had the United States champion against the Intercontinental champion, which really doesn't, you know, the fact that those 2 guys holding those 2 titles really didn't mean anything. But you know, if one of those 2 guys were to lose the title within the next few weeks, then you'd almost have to assume that they were going to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Sheamus won, and it was a pretty good match against Bad News Barrett. Not a bad match. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a friend joining us. Shadow is here to join us to say hi. Say hi, Shadow. All right. So Sheamus won the match, and as much as they've been pushing Bad News Barrett with this whole new, this new push that he's got, I'm kind of surprised he didn't win. But nonetheless, I think it's cool that Sheamus won. He hasn't been champ in a while, so you gotta wonder, if it's time for him to be champ again. I think Sheamus has a pretty good shot. I really think he does. Of course, we don't know all the contestants yet, so we'll have to see what they're gonna do. You want up here? You can just lay down right there. Be out of the camera's way. Alright. Good old Shadow. What's next? Next we had Cesaro versus RVD for a qualifying shot. This was pretty good match. And the more I see RVD back and the more he loses to these guys, it's I think I've said before in a video that it seemed like it was similar to Chris Jericho being back. Although, even though Chris Jericho lost once in a while, his reputation in the ring didn't falter at all. At least in my opinion, it didn't. He can still go out there, go against anyone, put him over, win, lose, whatever, and his reputation isn't going to give either way. It's still going to be great. The more I see RVD in the ring and lose, it just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like it's just not the same. Yeah, it's great to see him, but man, if he's going to lose all the time, I think he's losing a lot more than he's winning lately. And yeah, it's nice that he puts over younger talent like Cesaro, but I don't know. It kind of sucks, but nonetheless, I certainly think Cesaro is more deserving. Okay, but to see RVD lose all the time, it's like, that sucks too. So, but yeah, Cesaro won. So those two right there, the winners for tonight, Cesaro and Sheamus. I think you've got your two best qualifying ones right there. Even though Orton got a shoe-in on this one, I don't think he's gonna take this one. I suppose it all, you really can't say too much because we still don't even know all the participants. And of course we have Alberto Del Rio, but reports have said recently that it doesn't look like he is going to re-sign with the WWE over the course of the next month or two, whenever his contract's up. His contract up is sometime this summer, from what I've heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard. So I don't see him being a factor in this match either. I think he's a pretty good heel, kind of boring. He's had good times and bad times in the WWE, but I really don't see him being a factor in this. I would have really liked to have seen Ziggler get a shot in this, but who knows? Who knows who else they're gonna get? Some other slots. Well, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 3 more slots in the match to fill. I was going through the roster before I made this video, and I picked a handful of names who I thought who else could be in there. I don't think they're going to pick anybody else from the Authority storyline right now. You know, the Shield's too busy with Seth Rollins. And I don't think they're going to pick anybody from the Wyatt family. Kane was the #1 contender officially still that I knew. He wasn't on the show tonight though. It was just kind of weird. Unless I missed him. I don't think he was though. So you got to assume Kane's going to be in there in one of the slots. Miz came back at a house show over the course of the weekend. Maybe in Madison, I think. Possibly. Somewhere over the course of the weekend. So, you know, if he's going to be back soon and trying to get his, you know, reputation back up for mid-card and being in Hollywood the last few months, yeah, I think you don't also have to throw him in there possibly. I think that'd be refreshing. If he's going to come back, Haste or feel, I'm not tired or all. Face or heel, I don't know what he's going to be. Who else? Big Show maybe? Maybe Mark Henry? Possibly Big E, but he's been kind of going back and forth with Rusev here and there, so I don't know about that one. And then, of course, you got to wonder if Cena's going to get thrown in there. Yeah, he teamed up with the Shield tonight to help them against the Wyatts, so I don't know, he's kind of going back and forth. I don't think they're going to make him champ again. I'd highly doubt it. But to put him in there, you'd almost have to assume, wanting some top names in there, that they're going to put him in there. So don't be surprised at that. But we'll see over the course of the next, you know, couple weeks what they'll have planned. We've got 4 out of the 7. So Sheamus, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, and Randy Orton get the shoe in tonight. Just like I said, they just gave it to him. Crazy. But we'll see. Nonetheless, it'll be great. I did hear one concept that would be pretty cool. Before I end this video, I'm going to throw this out there for the people who regularly watch my vids. Delaxman, who's a pretty popular YouTuber, talk about wrestling and stuff, he mentioned the idea of all the guys that lose the qualifying matches get their own match at Money in the Bank for an actual Money in the Bank shot at the title somewhere down the road, so that you still have that, you know, intact over the course of the next year. I think that's a very good idea. I wish I thought of that. Good idea, dude. You know, as talented as some of these guys are, you'd almost have to assume they're going to do that. Guys like Ziggler, RVD, you know. Ziggler, we'll look at the ones who just lost, okay, so far. Ziggler, RVD, Bad News Barrett. So those 3 right there in a match for an actual, you know, Money in the Bank case match would be awesome. So, yeah, who knows what they're going to do. This is the WWE. You know, they do come out with some pretty good surprises once in a while. So we'll see. Because you'd have to assume they're going to be in the pay-per-view somewhere, you know. So that's my thoughts on this so far. You know, we're going to find out, like I said, over the next few weeks what else is going to happen with this. It sucks for Daniel Bryan, but like I said, it's best for business. Stripped him. We got to move on. And if, and it's a big if at this point, if he comes back and gets better, he could get a shot to get it back. So that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys.